Good morning. We're continuing our new series titled The 12 Weeks of Christmas. Today's episode, week 2, is titled Baking Like an Alcoholic. Before you start your baking drama, you tell them about your brooch. I don't think it's a brooch. It's a turtle pin that my mom gave me. What's the difference between a brooch and a pin? I think brooches are old lady jewelry. Was your mum an old lady? Yeah. Are you an old lady? Kinda. Nice brooch. My name's Sue. I'm an alcoholic. My name's Liam. I'm a drug addict. I drank and drugged for 25 years, been clean and sober for 18. We're just here to make suggestions, share some tools, ways that we stay sober. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button in the lower right corner of your screen. And if you want to be notified about upcoming content, hit the bell button. Today she's going to talk about a crazy alcoholic baking. Be concise, woman. Not all over the board like you usually are. 3 quick stories. First one, Christmas cookie baking ritual that was just like the Christmas card. I would go buy a big pile of stuff, and I had unrealistic expectations about all the people I needed to love up with my little Martha Stewart packages. I would set out all these tins, bake all these cookies, and I'd have my sprinkles and my colors and all of my cookie bling ready to go, and a big bottle of something, surprise. And I'd start out doing pretty good. I'm getting my warm fuzzy on. I'm getting my buzz. I've got cookies in the oven. I've got them cooling. I'm getting some new ones ready and getting drunker and drunker and drunker like usual. And some of the cookies now are not cooked. Some of them are burnt. The kitchen is destroyed. And I've got tins full of cookie trash. Not doing anything to make sure that they're going to be stable through the postal system. People are getting tins full of cookie dust. And it wasn't really a love move either, because a lot of the people I'm sending the cookies to, they're trying to watch their weight and they don't want more sugar crap coming in the mail to them. So how am I helping them by, I love you, here's a tin full of poison? Move on, bored with that one. Turkeys. Get the turkey, thaw the turkey out, stick my arm all the way up into its cavity looking for the giblets. I'm feeling around. I can't find them anywhere. So I just throw the turkey in the oven with a big mat on and start bitching about how Butterball ripped me off and how am I supposed to make gravy without giblets. And then I take the turkey out of the oven and lo and behold, the giblets were in there the whole time. I just couldn't feel them. So I baked them in the sack inside of the turkey. It was kind of stupid and sloppy, and if that was the end of it, then okay. But no, I did it the next year. So I'm crazy. The whole routine. Stuff my arm in the bird. I can't find the giblets. I get all pissed off. I throw it in the oven. It was not Butterball's fault. It's an example of the crazy in my drinking, a tendency to point fingers at other people. If I've got a problem, someone else is causing my problem. Someone else isn't doing what they're supposed to do. Well, why don't you just point your finger right in everyone's face while you're talking about it? When I first got into recovery, there was an old timer who I was twisted off about something, and he said to me, your discomfort is caused by one of 2 things. It's either something you are doing or it's something you are not doing. What? Why are you laying the whole burden on me? Why does my discomfort always come down to me? On the second week of Christmas, you got too drunk again. 2 effed up turkeys. And you pissed off half of all your friends. Give us your third baking example. All right, this one's a doozy. This one has everything. Because I'm staying at someone else's house. And I decide, while I'm getting drunk on their liquor, that wouldn't it be nice for me to bake them some pies with their groceries? So while I'm all getting my wastoid on, I'm throwing together some sticky fruit pies for them. And then when they're done, I open the oven and I pull the first one out and I drop it on the floor where it explodes all over their kitchen. Good thing you baked 2 pies, so now it's Not a total loss, except that I pulled the second pie out of the oven and did exactly the same thing. But you cleaned it up, right? Well, I cleaned it up as good as any stumbling drunk who's seeing double can clean something up. Oh, and I left out one of the best parts. While I'm waiting for the pies to bake, I used their phone to start drunk dialing long distance friends. So I stole their booze and I trashed their kitchen and I ran up their phone bill. That almost sounded like I was doing it instead of you. I don't bake, so having trouble relating. Make it more about my recovery. It's not about the baking. The baking is just a good visual example of what my using was like. It was me on the inside wanting to love people and wanting to do nice things, and on the outside doing something totally different. Not walking in love, destroying property, stealing, lying, feeling entitled, pointing fingers, bitching and raging and acting like a crazy person. And that was one of the most intolerable parts about my drinking and using, was the discrepancy between who I felt like I was on the inside, who I wanted to be, who I aspired to be, and who I was physically being with my behavior and with my actions. Like a Jekyll and Hyde, right? There's a proverb about that. A house divided against itself can't stand. That's exactly what it was. Inside, I wanted to be and thought I was someone else. And it made me crazy. And it made me use that Jekyll and Hyde thing. I took it to a religious level too. I'm either doing an angel and I'm doing it perfect, or I'm doing a little devil. So there was a lot of guilt and shame that came with that one. I'm just trying to learn how to live in the moment. One day at a time, one event at a time, one moment at a time. If it's an awkward or a funky moment, this too shall pass. That's one of the constants that I can always count on. Change is inevitable. So if I don't like the feeling right this minute, write it out. There's going to be another one right behind it. I'm trying to think before I speak, keep things simple, progress, not perfection. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to touch base with everybody all at one time. How about I just love the people up who are right in front of me in a given moment? Strangers, family, friends, husband, you. Hit me some more. You promised to wrap up this episode with a baking joke. Let's hear it. My husband loves the magic brownies. 20 years ago, that meant put pot in them. 10 years ago, I started putting Viagra in them. And nowadays, they have bran fibers, so he can poop brownies with Viagra and bran. I never know if he's coming or going. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next week, but it will be related to recovery, and it will have to do with trying to stay sane during the holidays. The crazies are already out on the road, so be careful. Thanks for coming.